This is a Saturday morning TV log from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Welcome to another Saturday morning TV log, and this time around it's My Favorite Martians, brought to us by Filmation and Jack Charlock Television Productions. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Noel, the Big D to you. This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So this week's Saturday morning TV log is probably one of the many underrated and rarely remembered animated series from long ago. Well, maybe not completely, but it's been lost though. It's My Favorite Martians, an animated spin-off to the 60s sitcom known as My Favorite Martian. Originally premiering on CBS in September of 1973, which, of course, that was the same network that aired its counterpart, or should I say predecessor, and produced by Filmation. The series features Uncle Martin plus Tim, Mrs. Brown, and Detective Brennan from the actual series. Now, to appeal to a younger audience, Uncle Martin is joined by his Martian nephew named Andromeda, or Andy for short, which is actually his nickname, who only has one antenna and thus lesser powers than Uncle Martin, and did appear in one episode of the live action series, which I haven't seen really much of. Anyway, now, the pair also have a little bit of a comic relief with a Martian pet named Okie, as in Okie Dokie, a sort of bouncing sheepdog with antenna. Also, Tim also had a niece of his own named Katie living with them. Now, Brennan, who is considerably different than in the live action series, also has a teenage son named Brad living with him and a pet chimpanzee named Chump. Now then, the cartoon utilized a number of scripts from what would have been season 4 of the live action show. This series premiered in 1973, which that was 7 years after its predecessor had been canceled. Now then, at, now as of early July 2013, Jack Charlock Television co-owned it, with the company retaining all merchandising rights to the show. Now, in each episode, I really will say that this, well, let me restart. Each week, Uncle Martin and Andy bring in their hysterical alien hijinks and what have you. Or should I say Martian hijinks? You get the picture. Anyway, I really think this is really a funny little show. Now, I had only heard its theme song several times until I finally found the actual series. I did see an episode last year, but I have some good news. Now, the series may be hard to find, but no problem. I found 7 episodes of the 16 episodes currently available on YouTube. So if you're interested in checking out My Favorite Martians, you may want to check it out. Now, it's never been released on physical media. Now, 2 VHS tapes were released in 1989 by UAV, United American Video, which unfortunately that was right about when Filmation closed their doors. And distribution rights were held as of April 2013 by Classic Media as part of their Filmation holdings, which of course are under license at Universal and DreamWorks, which Classic Media would be blended into the form DreamWorks Classics, but now, of course, it's part of Universal. You get the point. Anyway, this show has the feel to various other Filmation shows that had recently come out, most notably programs like the Archie series, except it doesn't have no musical segments. And also like their previous series, The Brady Kids and Fat Albert, which came out the previous year. But nevertheless, I found this to be funny. Oh yeah, and I also would say this is also similar to the Studio Sabrina the Teenage Witch animated series as well. And I'm going to say that Uncle Mario and Andy really put on a show, especially with the help of their dog Okie Dokie, trying to prevent Detective Brennan and his son, Brad, and Chump from trying to figure out the true identities of Uncle Mario and Andy. Yeah, they always end up in a real barrel. Well, especially for Brennan, though. Which, well, we'll see for yourself, okay? Because I don't want to give too much details in my view if you've never seen the show. But even so, I found this to be incredibly very funny. I just watched all 7 episodes that are currently available. So, anyway, the show's really funny. I definitely need to watch the original series. I know that's out there to stream. Now, for the voice acting cast, now they didn't get any of the original actors. Bill Bixby, who played Tim on the original series, was at the time committed to his latest project, The Magician, on NBC, which premiered earlier that same year. While Ray Walston, on the other hand, tried to distance himself from returning to the role of Marin. As a result, they brought in Jonathan Harris, who you may remember him best of Dr. Zachary Smith from Lost in Space. And of course, he would later go on to appear in Filmation's live action shows Arc 2 in a couple of episodes and as Commander Isaac Gampu in Space Academy. Plus, he did voice acting work in lots of other cartoons. Now, then. Okay, everyone, please stand by. I'll be right back. Now, aside from Jonathan Harris, we have Howard Morris, who was best known for voicing Jughead Jones in the studio's Archie's franchise, and he had recently voiced Ant, Bill Bailey, and several other cartoon characters. He did the voice of Tim and Brennan. Next up, Jane Webb, also a well known voice actress for Filmation. Of course, she lent her voice to Bay and Veronica in the Archie's franchise, as well as Sabrina the Teenage Witch and Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl, in the original Batman tune they did. She voices Katie and the other female characters on this series. While Andy is voiced by producer Lou Scheimer's son Lane, whom that same year would be the secondary voice for Greg Brady in the Brady Kids, which premiered the previous year, as I've already said. He of course, also went on to do some voice acting work for for Filmation, including Sport Billy. So anyway, My Favorite Martians is, from what I've seen, maybe not one of the most remembered Filmation shows, but I will say if you are into, well, if you are a big time Filmation fanatic and you never knew about this show, or if you're into maybe the actual show itself, My Favorite Martian from 1963, then I think you'll feel right at home with this show. You will get a good laugh from it, definitely. Let me go ahead and give you a look at the characters. Okay, here's a look at at a little shot. You can see there's Andy and there's Uncle Marius in the chair, and right there is Tim, and there's his niece Katie. Here's a little artwork for the show with Marin and Andy, and there's Okie Dokie. And here's Detective Brennan. And as for the rest of the characters, you'll know who they are when you see them. So, from what I've seen of My Favorite Martians, I think it's a pretty fun show. And again, as I've said, I would only recommend this if you were into My Favorite Martian from the '60s, as well as if you are a big time Filmation fanatic like me. I'm into Filmation. Don't worry, I have respect for this just as much as any other animation studio like Hanna-Barbera or Ruby Spears or Rankin Bass, etc., etc. Okay? So enough said. So as I've said, you can find 7 of the 16 episodes currently available on YouTube in English, and they are taken from the actual VO cassettes and what have you. So you'll be happy to know. But just look up. So what did you think of this show? Have you ever seen My Favorite Martians from 1973? If so, let me know in the comments section below. And if you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, make it grow, and make the views grow. And please feel free to share my videos with your friends if you wish. So that way, that can also help me get boosted up to some more subs. Anyway, we'll have another video coming up soon. So if you like this, you may want to check out these other spaced out tunes that were spin-offs and produced by Filmation. In the upper left-hand corner is the Saturday Morning TVLog I did on Gilligan's Planet from 1982, which was the second Gilligan series after the New Adventures of Gilligan from 74. The upper right-hand corner is the Saturday Morning TVLog on the animated Star Trek, which debuted the same year this series did in 73. Or if you would like maybe something different, and from a different studio, you can check out Hanna-Barbera's take on, well, something really cool. The Fonz and the Happy Days game from 1980. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., as well as the Saturday Morning TVLog, then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching, and next week's Saturday Morning TVLog is Little Rosie. So until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.